Charles again. Today I'm here to do another top 5 video, guys. Yes, and this top 5 video, guys, is top 5 cliches that I'm not a big fan of. Yeah. So, guys, now I should tell you, I'm not really a hater, or I'm not a person who actually dislikes really cliches. I don't really give a damn much about cliches. But there are some cliches that I feel like they're just repetitive. I can deal with them, and I actually like them. But again, I see they're sometimes quite annoying, and I wish they'd sort of calm it down a bit with these cliches. Because sometimes those cliches come out at the wrong point, where I feel like it should not be there, or why it's there, or something like that. Or that is just, yeah. And also, guys, there are some cliches here that are connected to anime or anime characters that I adore or really like to, which that's the part of the reason I'm going to be shocked about. You guys are going to be shocked about. And also that a lot of these cliches are focused around the romance genre. Even though I told you my favorite genre is romance, the cliches in romance, unfortunately, in the romance genre, just annoying. I'd say not really that great. So, let's get into it, guys. Now, before I get into the main top 5, I have to reveal an honorable mention. That honorable mention is harems. As we all, guys, for anybody who doesn't know what harem is, usually a harem is usually where one guy has a bunch of girls, a group of girls, and the way you get classified as a harem, it goes over one person. If it goes over one person, so it can be 2, 3, or 5, or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or thousands of girls, liking the same character, the main character, likes the same character, or the main character, or anything like that, just focused on one, likes the same person. That is usually a harem. You can also get reverse harems, which is, again, instead of the male character having all the females liking him, it's now the female character that has all the guys liking her. So, basically, that's the reason I'm bringing this up, because not many people like the harem genre. They don't like the harem cliche. Because harem is a genre, but it's also a cliche. It happens a lot in any anime. Romance or non-romance, any anime. There's a lot, always going to be a harem at some point. Which I think, God, really? Because I'm alright when it comes to the romance area where harems I expect to maybe see quite often. But anime that don't have harem, hosts that have harems. Let's see. For example, Shakugan no Shana. Now, it has romance in it, but I don't really classify it as a romance anime because of how much action-packed it is. So, really seeing harem in that, I just feel like a disappointment, because I just feel like this anime could still be very good with just one female character like the main character, which I think like that could help a lot. But of course, as it has harem, it just gets a very annoying where the main character has to choose. When it comes to harems, they also have situations where the main character has to, if it's a anime like Shakugan no Shana, but I don't think it has shown in Shakugan no Shana, but like animes that are similar, similar to Shakugan no Shana or other animes, when there's a character there, when 2 female characters get captured and get threatened to killed, the main character needs to decide who he's gonna save, because as it's a harem-based subject, he doesn't want. It's really hard to choose between, but really, because the main character could be a pervert, because he wants to get female characters, because High School DxD, come on, High School DxD, guys. Main character pervert, he was a harem. He Issei other ones a harem, and that is usually, I feel like using harem that way is just very wrong. I don't want to, but again, it helps with the plot. But anyway, that's I'm alright with harems. I'm alright with harems. I have to admit that I'm still alright with harems, but that's the reason why it's not on my proper top 5. So, but a lot of people not really a big fan of the cliche of the harem. So, yeah. So, honorable mention, I have to say, harem is the honorable mention after reveal. Now, let's get into the main top 5, guys. Now, top 5, guys, is tsunderes. Yes, here's one of the big shockers. Why is tsundere one of my most disliked cliches, when my most favorite female character, Ren Tosaka, is a tsundere? Well, is because it's got the tsundere character has a lot of connections to other cliches I hate. Now, another reason I also don't like, not really a big fan of tsundere all the time, is that because sometimes the tsundere spoils some situations. Now, unless it's like Ren Tosaka, which I adore a lot, but tsundere's like, let's see, I'm trying to figure out. Louise from Familiar Zero. Now, even though I like her character, she's a very good character, I admit that. Just when her tsundere self comes out, it's on some points where I feel like, really? You have to put a scene in when the tsundere has to get very pissed off in a situation like that, which I feel like it dies down because sometimes the tsundere, when it comes to a very, very impacting or emotional scenes, the tsundere sometimes spoils it, which I feel like, not very good. Not very good. Even though I really like tsundere characters, just if they don't get used properly, I will not likely like them all the time. That's the reason why Ren Tosaka is one of my most favorite characters. She got used well, and as she's a tsundere, she is proven that tsunderes can be very, very good characters if you can use them right, and Ren Tosaka is one of them. So that's the main reason why tsundere is maybe not lucky, it's not too high on the list, because it doesn't really bother me that much. But again, if they get used wrongly, that's when it bothers me, and unfortunately a lot of anime do use it wrongly. But as the tsundere characters don't always bother me that much, that's why and as Ren Tosaka, my most favorite female character, tsundere, that's why the tsundere is top 5 on this list. So let's get into top 4. Top 4. Another cliche you might be shocked about is fan service, or ecchi, if you want to go for a genre area. But fan service. Yes, guys, fan service. Another big shocker, as you guys know, I'm actually really like fan service animes, because I really like ecchi animes. I like ecchi animes, as you guys know. I will watch them, and I do like them, I have to admit that. But, oh my god, how far they go with ecchi animes. Because, come on, they now getting to the point where you're making hentai appropriate soon, because now because a lot of ecchi anime these days have become into hentai status. They're not hentai, luckily, but they are so close of becoming a hentai. Again, if you guys don't know what hentai is, it's usually meaning it's perverted. It's anime porn. If you search it on Google or any other websites, it usually brings you to anime porn. When the actual meaning of hentai means perverted. But technically, that's the problem I have with fan service animes. Even though I like fan service animes, the problem I have is that I like I would say I would go if I'm not doing it because if it's not just because I know the anime is not ecchi, because sometimes when they put fan service in anime, they're not really supposed to be fan service based animes, which just will piss me off. If it's fan service based animes, like I again said, High School Dixie, that's a fan service anime, so I expect fan service to be in that, and I expect to be very high. But again, how common now these days? It just pisses me off how much they go far with fan service, including in fan service anime that pose not to be an ecchi anime. Which I feel like, come on! They're supposed to have fan service, they should not have it. It's not supposed to be an ecchi anime, which gets me to the point where maybe I might end up, sooner or later, might not be a full-blown liking, not getting to the point where I'm more likely to the point where now I might not really want to watch fan service animes much, but again, I still like, but it's not at the point yet. I still like fan service animes, and I still like them as normal animes, but it is getting close to the point where I feel like it's getting too far with its fan service, because the fan service is just getting too hardcore, getting to the point where it's nearly to a hentai point, which I feel like is wrong, because this anime is supposed to be focused around teenagers, where hentai is focused around for 18s and above adults, where no anime is supposed to really focus around 12 and above people, supposed to be 12 plus age groups. That's what most anime were supposed to be based off. But now, lately, these days, a lot of fan service anime supposed not to be fan service anime. They are putting very, very hardcore sexual fan service, panty shots, boob bopping, hardcore lately. Yeah, most in these modern anime, which I feel like, oh man, you're really trying to pervertize a lot of people are watching it, which I feel like that is ruining the anime. I think out of every single cliche, I think the reason why not many people like anime is because of the fan service cliche. So that's the reason why but as I don't hate it as much as these other ones I'm about to bring forth, which again have connection with these cliches, as well. These two cliches, tsundere and fan service, but which the other three I'm gonna mention. But it's not as bad if they don't have these three cliches. I'm about to say. So technically, these cliches these two cliches won't be as bad if they didn't have these cliches in them. So let's get into top 3. The top 3 cliche I'm not a big fan at all is, I'm not a big fan, not just like that, I'm not a big fan that much, is flat chest versus big bust. If you guys know, flat boobs, flat chested girl faces a big busted boob girl. A lot in anime, every time they bring out boobs, the flat-chested person, who's usually the tsundere, gets pissed off with the big busted chick, the big busted girl. And same with it really happens, of course, but it rarely happens, but it does happen when the big busted chick gets pissed off with the small breasted chick, which I feel like is, come on, it's just boobs. It doesn't matter what their size is. If it's for fan service, don't give a damn what size it is. It's just breasts. Everyone, they're all coming different sizes, and having a fight over breast sizes is just, not just wrong, but very, very, very inappropriate and unusual and stupid thing to complain about. Because not everybody has the exact same size breasts. Not every female character has the exact same size breast. But I feel like fighting over that is just annoying, and it's saying with the and that's the reason why it's connected to these three cliches: fan service and tsundere. This cliche, big bust versus flat chest, is just, come on, it's just bad idea. You're making, because this is another reason why people end up hating anime, but also hating some characters because they complain about someone else's breast size compared to their own breast size, which I feel like, come on, it's just breast sizes. Who gives a damn about breast size? You have to be a complete pervert because usually these people, when the female characters end up complaining about breast size, is usually because they want the main character, or the guy they like, to recognize them. And they might think that the main character, likes the flat chest, or like the big boobs, like the big bust person. So that's the reason why I feel like, come on, the only guys that can feel like that would be like that are people who got a flat chest fetish, a big bust fetish, or boob fetish. Those are basically perverts. Perverts, I would say, will more likely you might fight over that for. But most of the main characters I've seen, except for Issei, are usually kind, not perverted at all, like normal, kind, undecidable main character. Because of that, it just gets annoying when the female characters try to compare their breast size, see who's better and better off being with the main character. Which I feel like, come on, if he likes someone, he likes someone. He doesn't care if it's your breast size or not. If he likes that person, he likes that person. So, yeah. So just deal with it. Stop fighting over breast sizes and... So that's the reason why I don't like breast. That's why... So that's why flat chest versus big bust boobs is top 3. Now, man, 17 minutes already. So I'm a bit slow with this. Now, top 2 guys. The top 2 part is... The main is... I'm trying to think... Oh, man, I can't get my memory back up. Oof. Well, it has to be... The cliche when the overreaction, falling over, tripping over. Cliche. Because, again, this comes mostly with the cliche with the tsunderes, guys. Because this cliche... Come on. In a serious moment. When they put this cliche up. They go over with it. React, because again with the serious moments, when the main character, or maybe any character, starts to get serious, sooner or later, trip, fall over, land in a position where it's wrong or embarrassing, and usually it's the tsundere gets put in that situation. The tsundere gets super overreactive, ends up kicking or starts prompting or starts hitting everybody. Overreact. These overreact, and also when the main character, and this is always mostly because the main character, ends up accidentally walking into a female getting changed, and there again the females tsundere usually gets overreacting and ends up starting to hit and knocking out the main character, which I feel, come on, stop doing all these overreactions. Again, like I said, I'm not really a big fan hater. I'm not a big fan disliker, but these are just the ones I'm not really a big fan of all the time. But, come on! This cliche! It just, come on, it's just too used often. I have seen anime that have female characters who don't really give that much about the person seeing it. And actually, guess what? In the anime, is it wrong to pick up a girl in a dungeon? Is it wrong to pick up a girl in a dungeon? Or dungeon girl, or it's also a shorter name for where Hestia, if you guys know, Hestia, from the new, it's this new anime that's out, which is nearly, it's about to end next week, I think. Well, about to end this week. It's about to end this week on Saturday, which I can't wait to see. But, man, at least it does quite well with this cliche, because it does have that bit of cliche, but when the main character ends up accidentally seeing the girls naked, none of them overreact. There are one that feel like they're about to overreact, but then don't overreact, because I feel that is a refresher, because I was expecting, when I saw that scene, an overreaction, but I did not see an overreaction. I feel like, whoa, so they didn't mind? I had a bit of a calm factor, which I feel like, okay. I expected them to be embarrassed, and I expected them to maybe, some of them being very overreactive, but no. Instead, the main characters end up over, which I think is pretty rare, because usually the main character would just say, or like that, I get like, turn on and get a nosebleed from seeing that. But when the main character just gets super embarrassed and just runs out. He just runs out because he feels embarrassed seeing the girls naked. But like, at least they changed how they did the overreaction, because usually it's the female, she got looked at to do the overreaction, but nope. That cliche got new. I don't know, if they get used, that is the way I should think they should do more of the cliche with. But as most of this cliche is usually this overreaction cliche, tripping over, falling over cliche, a overreaction is mostly is usually when the main character ends up being in a situation where the female character finds embarrassing and she overreacts and ends up hitting it, and it's usually the tsundere again. So, yeah. So, now guys, we go on to the top one. The top one cliche, which I found out of all of them the most dislikable one out of all of them. And that is the love triangle. Now guys, the love triangle. Come on. This cliche is always in animes that have a harem or tsunderes or big bust or flat-chested girls. Love triangle is always in it. And I feel like, come on. Make the character always have only one girl falling in love with him. Because sometimes it gets me pissed off. Having that character having more than one girl liking him, making a form of love triangle, or maybe having more, but the love triangle is just super annoying. Super annoying. Because when it comes to the point when the main character loves one female character, another girl, or again reverse harem, reverse where one female character likes one guy when that guy also likes another female, like, you know, stuff like that. I feel like, come on, just make sure that each individual character has a person they like, and it's not to the same person that someone else likes, because Come on. It's because it goes into situations where it gets very bad. It gets very bad. For example, school days. Come on. There's been situations where love triangles being put in. Come on. School days is one of the worst animes out there. And there's a love triangle one in there. There's a love triangle cliche in there, guys. That shows you how much I'm not a big fan of Cliches, because one of the most hated animes out there has the love triangle cliche. Oh, and I just don't like the love triangle cliche. I'm just not a full bad big fan. No, even though I'm, like I said, cliches I'm not really that much a big deal. I don't feel like there's not much to complain about. Things I just feel like they should calm down a bit. I also don't like it that much. The love triangles, I think they should cut down more, because I just want that just the main character and the main female character, or I just want the main female character / main male character get together without any interruptions from other characters they're in love with that main character as well. That specific person as well, because it forms a love triangle which makes all these other cliches come forth. The main cliche, I'll say that makes all these cliches combined together, was the love triangle cliche. Even though, thanks to Tsundere being also what the main, every time you think about Tsundere, all these cliches come up. I think if we just take out the love triangle cliche, I think everything would just break down, because I think because there will be nothing that the Tsundere would be mad about if the love triangle got taken out, because more like the Tsundere might like someone else. And any person she likes ends up liking it. That person the Tsundere likes also likes that Tsundere. That could actually be that be the only time I'd say the Tsundere might be a Tsundere, because the main character just she might get embarrassed seeing that talk to another girl, which of course more likely won't be a love interesting talk. Which I could see, okay, it'd be alright if she gets mad about that, if that person is in love with them, of course, if it is love triangle, of course. So, but technically, if it's a love triangle one, come on, it could cut down a lot of these reactions and also cliches, because the love triangle one's not there. If it's not there, it will cut down more on the cliche. Now, it's impossible not to have the cliches in, but if you cut them down a bit, it might help out to make sure these cliches are not too boring or too repetitive. And yeah, and that's it, guys. So top one, love triangles. So guys, that is my top 5 most disliked, most disliked, not too bad, not too much dislike. This is my less likable cliches in anime. Now, the reason I'm saying less likable is that it's a less harsh way of saying it, because it'd be weird of saying it, because I'm not a big blown hater of it, or big bad disliker of it, just least likable. So yeah, that's my top 5, guys. So I hope you guys like it. I'm gonna come on Italian fans today. If you guys want to send me fan mail, go in my description below, my address there, and yeah, I hope you guys like it. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys!